Hi, best friends. I'm Tabby.
And I'm Caitlin. And today we are fan casting Kingdom of the Wicked, specifically the first book, Kingdom of the Wicked. And we're going to see how it goes.
It was really hard. I had a really hard time with this, and I don't feel super great about mine.
Same, but I still had fun doing it, and that's all that matters.
At one point, I was pretty sure I was just going to do like a cursed fan casting just to, because
Kingdom
I
of
think
the
I could,
Cursed, if
yeah,
you
because I
will.
think I could do it better.
Yeah. Oh, a cursed fan cast. Oh, yes. I had so many ideas. I wanted to cursed fan cast Justin Baldoni as Wrath, but I withheld myself. I was like, no, let's not do that.
I was actually going to put a different picture of Henry Cavill for every single one of the brothers.
Oh my God. Imagine Henry Cavill as every single Prince of Hell
It's a one-man show. He's also Amelia and Victoria.
in a wig. Oh
Do
my
you want to go
God.
first?
Yeah. Was that sharing my
Mm-hmm.
PowerPoint? Wonderful.
I can see it.
Okay.
Can everyone see my screen?
Can everyone see my screen? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Did I just trigger some of you guys?
Yeah, I hated that.
I sounded like that guy who does TikToks of like the teachers. And it's like, it is astronomically loud in here. Okay, this is my fan cast. It might be a little bit cursed, but I tried my best. As Amelia and Vittoria, I have cast Emanuela Postacini. Unsure of pronunciation. She is actually a little bit older. She's 31. My logic here is that she looks really young though. Like
so she
she
does
looks
not look
like
31 at all.
yeah, she does not look a day over 24, like truly. And so I was like, she looks young enough to be Amelia's canonical age, but it wouldn't be like creepy to have her like, opposite a romantic lead who's like in his 30s or 40s, because she is also in her 30s. So that was kind of my logic there. So she is, oh, I did not put what she is in.
That's why it didn't pop up.
It's a mystery to me, but she's really pretty. Yeah, don't know what she's in, but she looks like she could play Amelia. Next, I could not, for the life of me, find a true actor to play Wrath. So as Wrath, I just put this hot guy. His name is John Cortajarena. He's 38 years old. He's literally a male model.
Yeah.
I looked at so many actors and like just none of them had the look. It's gonna have to just be someone who I don't know.
And you know what? I think that's best sometimes, especially with like new shows and stuff coming out. Like they should just cast unknown people.
Yeah. And like I would love it if whoever they cast kind of has like this general vibe. Like this man's got like a very angular jaw. He's very handsome. Kind of like darker hair and, big, bold, like facial features. So that's kind of what I imagine for Wrath. And maybe this man can act. I don't know. For Antonio, so this is actually who I pictured.
Is that Tyler?
Yes. Okay, so for Antonio, I've cast Michael Trevino, who is now 38 years old, but he's Tyler from the Vampire Diaries. And he is maybe a little bit older than Antonio would be, obviously, because I think Antonio is supposed to be close to Amelia's age. But I don't know, just
he's
like
probably 30.
he looks like what I pictured Antonio to be, even though Antonio is like probably younger.
I love it.
For Nona, I cast Katie Seagal, she's 69 now, but she is in Married with Children, and she's the Smart House lady, like that Disney movie, and in so much more. She plays a lot of like smaller roles in a bunch of super well-known shows as well. She's older, but I think Nona, because she's a witch, like she's not gonna just be looking like some old.
No, I know Nona is absolutely gorgeous.
I know Nona is a little hottie, so that's why I chose this lady, because she is super pretty and also a good actress. For Envy, I chose Michael Malarkey, who is 40 years old.
What a strong last name.
Malarkey, yeah. And I literally forgot to put what he's in as well. Hold on, I'm Googling him right this second. So Michael Malarkey is in Project Blue Book. Oh, he was also in the Vampire Diaries.
Oh, for like a long time.
Wow. Or is that just how long the show went? Let's see. Let's see what he played in that. In the Vampire Diaries, he played Enzo.
Oh. He was in 72 episodes.
I must not have watched much of the show.
Must have been the later season.
Yeah, because I didn't watch the whole show for sure. And in Project Blue Book, he's Captain Michael Quinn. And he's in some other things as well. And let's look at Emanuela. So Emanuela was in a bunch of things I've never heard of. But maybe you guys have heard of them. She was in Robots. She played Francesca. The Seven Faces of Jane. She played Valentina. She plays Mia in Better Days. And then she's got quite a list here on IMDb.
Oh, she was in Anna Karenina.
Yeah, I don't know what version, though. This is the 2013 TV movie series. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this version, but she plays Sasha.
Huh.
So cool. And I'll go ahead and leave IMDb up because I probably forgot to put notes on half of these people. So for Greed.
Oh, I love him.
Me too. And I was like, his eyes are the perfect shade. Like russet. Stop. And so this is Brett Goldstein. He is currently 42 years old. He is in Ted Lasso and Thor: Love and Thunder. But he's got the perfect like russet colored eyes. And so if they just gave this man an auburn wig.
That's Roy fucking Kent. That's a good choice.
For Lust. I also had never seen this man before, but I was like, hey,
he's a little cutie.
So I cast Octavio Pisano, who is currently 37. He is Detective Joe Valeska in Law and Order, and he's also in Coyote, which I've not seen Coyote, but I've heard of it. And I imagine Lust to be a good-looking dude. He's definitely got the dark hair that she was describing. So that's mostly why I chose him, is based on looks. What can I say?
Vapid.
For Anir, I have cast Corbin Blue, who is currently 34. He is from High School Musical, of course. He was our little Disney prince. And I also think he would be perfect at the like kind of comedic relief type of role. He's got a very like good delivery. And then lastly, I cast Isabella Merced as Claudia. She is currently 21. And so originally, this is who I was going to cast as Amelia because Amelia is so young. But then I was like, I can't imagine like a 21-year-old actress like having to like be romantic leads with like an almost 40-year-old man. So I was like, oh, I just don't like that. But I guess like if you were trying to be like really accurate to the book, this is a lot closer to Amelia's true age.
Sure.
And a lot of these actors and actresses are not Italian. Some of them are Latino or Latina, including Isabella. She played Dora in the Lost City of Gold. It's like a 2019 live action film.
Oh.
As in Dora the Explorer.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's a little cutie. She also, I believe she plays something in Encanto because I saw...
Oh. You know what? I didn't even look up any of the cast of Encanto, like, as an option.
Or maybe she was just at the premiere? Yeah, I guess she wasn't in Encanto, but there's definitely a picture of her, like, in front of the Encanto, like, thing here. But yeah, so some of them are Hispanic actors and actresses as well, just because we tried so hard. Like, we Googled to only specifically look for Italian actors and actresses, and it's not
which is so sad.
I know. And then also I do feel like the Princess of Hell could be portrayed by any race. It's definitely not very specific about all of their skin tones. Wrath is described as being tan, and I would say Greed is described as being bronze. So I do think Greed is definitely has a darker skin tone. But Lust and Envy, I didn't see a skin tone described, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Definitely a hair color and eye color. Anyway, that was the best I could do.
No, I like it. Well, and like I said, I'm hoping that like if they do make this into, you know, a movie TV show, that we see a little more diversity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. For Amelia / Vittoria, I chose Janine Mason. So she's 32. However, I still think she looks very youthful.
Yeah.
First of all, she's gorgeous. I almost cast her as Claudia, and I was like, no, she would be a perfect Amelia. Like, she looks sassy.
Yeah.
So she is known for, like, her biggest ones were Roswell and The Archer, which I have not seen, but she's been in a lot of stuff. For Wrath, I
Ooh.
chose Richard. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's either Dice or Deus.
I feel like Deus feels right.
He's actually a model because I also couldn't find anybody for Wrath. I'm not 100% sure how old he is. If I had to guess, I'd say late 30s,
He's
early
good
40s.
looking though.
Yeah, very attractive. He gives off like the same vibes that like Wrath kind of did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's a model, actor, producer. I've not seen him in anything. He didn't have an IMDb page. For Claudia, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this one, but I think she'd be really good. I chose Lily James, so she's not Italian, but I think like she could very easily like fit the role of Claudia. Like she has kind of that bubbly personality.
Yeah.
So she's 34, but Lily James looks incredibly young.
She does.
So she's known for Cinderella, Pam and Tommy, Baby Driver, and then she was also young Donna in Mamma Mia too.
Oh my God, I
And
love
she
that.
was so good in it.
Oh yeah. She's very talented.
Um, so for Anir, I actually just stumbled upon him and then I remembered that I have seen him before. So his name is either Chuku or Chuku Modu. He's 33 and he has been in Game of Thrones, The Good Doctor, which is a super great show, and The 100, which is also a super great show. So when I think of Anira, like he is definitely the comedic relief, but he also has kind of a badass vibe to him, like definitely like a warrior. And this guy kind of gives me the same vibes.
Yeah.
So for Nona Maria, I chose Salma Hayek because, like I said, I think Nona's a baddie. Like I don't think she's like this old decrepit lady.
Mm-hmm.
I think she is still like very young and kicking for being a witch. So Salma is 56. So she's been in a bunch of stuff like Brita, Grown Up, Spy Kids, like a million other movies. So I listen to the audiobooks a lot. And like when I think of Nona's voice, like I picture Salma Hayek. And I also think she would just be really great at portraying the character itself. And they can kind of change her appearance to however they need it to be.
I agree.
For the brothers, I'm not super confident about these. For Greed, I chose Theo James because I feel like greed and pride are both two things that maybe go hand in hand. And like Greed in the book just very cocky and like very full of himself. And that's kind of how like the vibe I get from Theo James.
And he does have a lot of the physical attributes as well, like
yeah,
like russet eyes and like auburn hair.
right. So I think he'd be great. He's 38. Everyone knows him from the Divergent series. He is amazing. He was most recently in White Lotus, super funny, and then The Time Traveler's Wife. So for Envy, was always described as being like very angelic looking. He had like really dark hair and like really like creepy green eyes. So the guy I found was Evans Nikopoulos. I don't know how old he is, probably late 20s, early 30s, if I had to guess.
I love him.
He is actually a Greek model and actor, but like he is so ethereal looking.
Yes, he is.
Like,
he kind of reminds me of who's the actor who was like in the newest season of Stranger Things?
Jamie Campbell Bower?
Yes. Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of like Jamie Campbell Bower energy.
Like, I think if Faye existed, he would probably be one of them type of thing.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just otherworldly looks to this man. So I think he'd fit Envy perfectly. So for Lust, I chose Thomas Doherty, who is like my go-to Rhysand. I love him so much. So he's 28. And like, if you've ever seen The Invitation, like, he would be a really good Lust. So he's known for The Invitation, Descendants, and Gossip Girl, like the new Gossip Girl. But he is also a model. He does a lot of other stuff. He would be impeccable at this role. So for Antonio, I chose Lorenzo Zerzolo. So he's 23, so he's actually the youngest out of like everyone in this cast. But like he kind of has like the structure I think of when I think of Antonio. Like I pictured him kind of like on the skinnier side, like mousier hair, like very like boyish looking. But he's in Baby, Under the Amalfi Sun, and Morrison. So I don't know if the age difference would make a difference or not, but
I didn't like originally picture Antonio as like kind of like boyish and skinny, but like I see the vision.
yeah,
Now shown me this guy.
because it's like Amelia didn't know anything other than that, like growing up. And so to her,
Yeah.
like Antonio was like the whole package. And then she met Wrath and she was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh my God, wait, men can be like ripped, I guess,
Exactly.
and have facial hair."
But yeah, that is my cast.
I love it.
Felt pretty good about most of them.
Yeah, I would say like definitely it was one of the hardest that we've ever cast, but still like I think what would have to happen if this was actually turned into a show or a movie is that we'd have to see a lot of actors and actresses that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, they'd have to pull like a Shadow and Bone type thing,
Yeah. And it would
which
be to their benefit.
Shadow and Bone is an absolute banger of a show. So
Mm-hmm.
can't even complain. But that wraps up our minisode for this week. Next week we are going to be continuing on with book 2 in the Kingdom of the Wicked series. It's going to be Kingdom of the Cursed. Super good. It's crazy because sometimes like with trilogies, like there's always one book that you just don't really love as much. All of them are good. The second one is amazing and I'm super excited to go over it. And then the week after that, we are going to be discussing some hell lore.
Yeah, I'm excited. So we're gonna do like a little bit of research. I'm not sure exactly what we'll be focusing on as of right now because we haven't really like discussed it yet. But we're gonna just be kind of discussing like a lot of the imagery and like legends that exist about hell and kind of compare it to how hell is portrayed in this series. So it should be interesting.
It's gonna be really good. We're gonna find something exciting.
Yeah. So go ahead, get rating on Kingdom of the Cursed. We'll talk to you next week. And as always,
Let's get lit.